we say the vertex is the highest or the lowest point on the parabola. If A is positive and the graph opens, if A is positive, what kind of concavity do we have? We have up. Then the vertex is a minimum vertex of the function, right? Because if the graph is going up, right, then this is a min. If A is negative and the graph opens down, then the vertex is a max vertex of the function, right? So if it's doing this, here's our max vertex, right? Oh, there's a picture already. So we can say, and remember, this is why we call it a min or a max. We can't just call it a vertex. We talked about the calculator. We talked about how you can put your equation in your graph. We talked about menu 4a if you can't see it. And then 6.2 or 6.3, and then you get your dotted line to be able to do that. Now, this talks about left bound and right bound. It doesn't use the words left and right. It uses lower and upper. But remember, it doesn't matter if you're on the left or the right. Pick a side to start on and then go to the other side. The x-coordinate of the min or the max is also the what? Axis of symmetry. Right? Because that is the x value of that vertical line. Okay? Let everybody get caught up. The axis of symmetry can also be found without using a calculator. The general quadratic is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, right? We've seen that time and time again. And the formula for the axis of symmetry, again, this is on your formula chart, is x equals, because remember, the axis of symmetry is an x equals equation, negative b over 2a, where we are taking the b is our middle term in our quadratic, and a is our first term. Okay, so we're going to do a little practice with this. So what is my a in this example of my quadratic? It is 1. Your a, b, and c are only going to be coefficients, only the numerical values. So 1, what is my b? Negative 4, nice job, and c is 5. So we're going to take, we don't really need this 5. We only need the 1 and the 4, and we're going to plug in what we know. So x equals negative b. Well, my b is already negative, so it's going to become a positive. Good job. So we would say positive 4. If you wanted, you could say negative. Negative becomes a positive. Over 2 times, what's my a value? 2 times 1. What do you know about 4 over 2? So my axis of symmetry is x equals 2. If we were to go ahead and make a graph of that, 1, 2, here is my axis of symmetry. Okay? The axis of symmetry is the x, or the h, right, or the x value of the min or max of the y value. So we can easily calculate that y value using the plug-in method, right? If we have the x value of this equation, do I have x's here? Can I get the y? Well, let's see what we can do. We can say y equals 1 times, what did we say x was? X equals 2. So I'm going to put 2 here. 2. So 1 times 2 squared. Does everyone see where that came from? Minus 4 times, what am I putting in place of 2? Or of x. It's from our axis of symmetry. So x equals 2. So wherever I see an x, I'm putting in the 2. And you can either use your calculator or you can use your brain. 2 squared is 4. Negative 4 times 2 is a negative 8 plus 5. So I would get 9 minus 8xy equals 1. So my vertex is 2 for my axis of symmetry, right? And my y value is 1. So if I wanted to, I could say, okay, there is my vertex. I could even go a step further. Look at this. Is it going to open up or is it going to open down? It's opening up. So I could even sketch like that. Okay? Do you want to do one more together? All right. So, well, actually, let's do this. Let's check our work on our calculator real quick. Let's go to a new document. Let's go to 2graph. And we're going to plug in our quadratic. So we got x squared minus 4x plus 5. Who remembers what we do next to find the vertex? If you don't remember, then you can look on the front of your paper. Menu, 6. Is it a min or a max? It's a min, so we're going to say 2. There's our dotted line. We just have to click on either side. And now, sometimes, guys, I know some people were having trouble. See how they're kind of overlapped? If you go to the middle with your little mouse pad and you hold the control button and click that middle one, it's going to grab and you can move it away. You see that? Hey, look, it matches. Go us. Okay? Shall we try another? Questions? All right, let's do this one. Yes, go ahead. Start with your A and your B and your C. What is the A in this example? 2. What's B? And C? Negative 2. So it says find the axis of symmetry. Remember, that is negative B over 2A. That is on your formula chart. You do not have to memorize it. But let's plug in some numbers. What is negative B going to be? Negative 4. This time our B is positive, so we need that negative in front. Last time Michael told us it was a negative, so it became a positive. Over 2 times, what's A? 2. So what do we get here? Negative 4 over 4 is negative 1. That is our axis of symmetry. Name the vertex. That means we have to plug this in here to get that coordinate. So we're going to say 2 times, what's my x value this time? Negative 1 squared plus 4. Again, place of x, we're putting negative 1. Minus 2, you can use your calculator here if you want, but we know that negative 1 times negative 1 is, so negative times negative is just positive. So 2 minus 4 minus 2. 2 minus 4 is negative 2. Negative 2 and a negative 2 is a negative 4. So my vertex is negative 1, right? This was my x. And then this is giving me my y, right? So negative 4. So we could even sketch this if we wanted. We would say negative 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this a min or a max? Look at your A value. Well, let's do this. This is our y-intercept, right? 0, negative 2. So if it's there, I know I'm doing this. So this is a min vertex. Can you try number 2? All right. So for number 2, here are your answers. We are only doing the front on this quadratic functions as a try assignment, and it is exactly like what we've been looking at. You can also use that Desmos calculator I put in Google Classroom for you if you need to check it with a calculator, all right?